Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. I'm here with a flip through of this very large journal as far as it just being a one signature for me. I've been working on this the past few days a little at a time. Some would think it's a Valentine journal, but this is something, if you like this color scheme, I would definitely use this all year. So it has a mix of new and old, but it does have a lot of vintage items in it, mainly from Moonside Parlor and Uniquely Ella, but there are some other artists as well. I will link them in the description box below. If you're interested in this, just catch me. I'll also link my Instagram channel below, but it's Jen's Junk with 2 N's, JENNS_junk_. And I would love for you to follow me over there as well. So getting into this, it measures 10.5 inches tall and 6.5 inches wide. So it feels so good in the hands, like it is just so cozy and squishy. It would be a beautiful prayer journal or just an everyday journal, or you can just put photos in it, whatever you would like. So tell your kids or that man in your life you would love this for Valentine's Day or your birthday, or just because. So I put this little charm from Hobby Lobby here with the with the little locket looking, with a little pearl lock. My words are going right now, it's early. And then here's just a key. So these come off, but I just put a lace closure around. And then I did not pin charms and stuff dangling because I wanted to leave that for you, and I will send some bulb pins like this with some little beads and charms and some little and some paper clips as well, with like trims and stuff if you want more trims hanging off the edge. I did leave the stitching. I used red stitching. I left it just hanging because y'all know I love that. So the front was a pink cotton fabric I had, and it's a very, very thick, almost like a denim, a pink denim. And so I laid a lace piece of fabric over that and backed it. It has a file folder in between, but I backed it with just a really pretty sheet here. And then you have this layer, and then the file folder, and then the pink denim, and then the lace overlay, and then this pink gauzy fabric wraps around, and then have this beautiful applique from Moonside Parlor, and then a piece of this just vintage doily, and then y'all know I love this sequined trim that I have, and then I just put some Hobby Lobby lace right there, and then here's some vintage doily trim from Uniquely Ella's shop I had. I love this organza trim. I just made a ruffle here, this avocado dyed lace here, and then I put this piece from Boho Tree here. I love that. And then so I stitched these in with some little bitty thin red ribbon instead of embroidery thread or linen thread or anything like that. So getting into it, I left the messy stitching showing, but you always hide your mistakes sometimes. Not always. That didn't make sense, but sometimes I hide my mistakes. But what I did was just I put this 12 fabric here. I love this, of these little children dancing, and so I just made a pocket here that you can put something in there. And this is over 100 pages front and back. I didn't even count the little spaces for you to write, put photos down, whatever you would like. Vellum you can write on beautifully, so never think that that's pointless. I mean, it also softens things, but it's beautiful to write on. So I had gotten a vintage lot of trims off of eBay, and I put some of those in here as well, and this was a piece of one. So I loved this hanging down and just stitched it on the vellum. This was just a piece of, it's a thinner cardstock, but it was out of a Paper Studio pack from last year. Some more of that lot of trim I had gotten. I stitched it and just tore this paper here. And then I just made a tag. I used like I used a very old Bible that was already tearing that I used from, and I used some verses from like 1 John and some of Song of Solomon, but I did not read what I was tearing out. I just put them in there. So here's a recipe page, avocado dyed page, just a little, oh, I told a story. There's one charm I put in there for you. But the rest I will send along. Piece of trim with some vintage doily up at the top. I like hanging charms from those. I think that's fun. So I made a belly band here. There's 2 or 3 layers. Let's see, there's 2. I just put a heart paper doily, and then I stitched on this piece of fabric, and then this, I have a little bit of this left of this velour. I love that tone, that shade of red. And so you can put something here. Now this one's glued down, but, and then I just layered this up, and you can untie it and take that off. But, and then that's also a cut spot back there. And then I just clipped this on here, but this is an old sheet of a cake. Y'all have probably seen it before in some of my journals, but I'll usually use this seasons. But like in the 80s, you know, like it was a Valentine. Look at that little muscle man, that's funny. The Valentine page of the cake decorating book, but you could tear that up in collage and use it how you want. And I need to clip that on the right way in a little bit. Okay, so here's one of the music sheets I used, and it's talking about the waltz. I love that photo. And then here's a photo I have from Moonside Parlor, and I love this picture. Look at their ball gowns of them dancing. It looks like it's probably from the 50s. December 14th, 57. It was a Christmas dance. Oh, our wedding. I'm assuming a Christmas dance of everyone. That is so pretty. And then here's some trim from Uniquely Ella. I just made a ruffle out of. Some pink eyelet trim. This is just a vintage card I had. I think I got this from my friend I talk about a lot, Miss June at Thrifted in a Pear Tree. I think she sent me that. And then this photo is from 1951. It says Junior Senior Prom, Mr. and Mrs. Beckham or Barkham. That's funny. I saw the ball gowns, but I wondered why this little old couple, it looks like they were dancing at night in their nightgowns, but I guess she was just a modest woman there. She wasn't going to wear a fancy gown. So here's another avocado dyed sheet, and I've been making a snippet roll a little at a time, and to put in some of my Happy Mail. So I just this is just part of it that I had stitched on and then glued it down on here. So it just has different bits that you could dangle charms or whatever you would like to from it. And since the other side kind of hung over, I just put this old piece of this doily here. And y'all know I always have to put a rose book page, I feel like, in my books. So there's that one. And then vintage dictionary page. I think this had curtsy or something in it. Something pertaining to dance. I don't remember. There's just a little cutout that says you mean the world to me. It's a fun doily. And here's a from Sarah at Crafty Paper Bits. This is a postcard from Paris with the French handwriting. Isn't that beautiful handwriting? This little fellow with his roses. Avocado dyed paper. Here's another sheet, and then I put this old trim here, and it already had the beads, but I glued those down more so they would stay. Here's this side of this paper talking about that dance. I don't know what dance it was. This is some of the ledger I have from 1899. And then I just made really deep pockets on it. And then I used some more of that fabric from Uniquely Ella and just stitched, you can journal on the back, and I just made a pocket on the front and just put some little bits of things in there. You have to be really gentle with this ledger paper because I usually reinforce it with masking tape, but I didn't want to cover the date, so Scotch tape would be good. Here's a piece I just stitched in of an old hanky, I guess, with the pink rose. It's so thin and pretty. I gotten that at an estate sale last year. It's clean though, I promise. So here's some more roses out of, I think this is out of my Roses of England book I use a lot. Here's a vintage playing card, and I just made a collage tag off of a guest check here. It had My Savior's Love, just part of that song, and some more, probably a 1 John that I stitched it all down. This is out of that old Bible that I pull from, and I stitched it in on this old paper here. And I'm keeping some of this, but you can tell where they wrote in the marriages and deaths, and like this was the marriages like 1921 through 36 on through 1927. So yeah, I thought that was really neat, and it just fit very well in this. I love the imagery there. And so I made a pocket and stitched this because this is really old paper. And I just made a tag out of this cardstock here. You could use that as a bookmark. Here's a piece of that Afghan book y'all probably seen me pull from a lot, especially in my Bohemian journals. I didn't notice it was thrown over an old rocking horse, but I just love the pink and red and cream colors. This is one side of a bag. You can cut it and use it or just leave it like paper. The side of a floral book I have. This is some beautiful fabric that I had gotten, well, lace rather, in that order I had from eBay. And then this is from Moonside Par, that piece. I kept me a little piece, but I love the pop of yellows in with the, I don't know, I think it's so pretty. So that's just a little flip there. You can do some secret journaling. You can journal down through here, put little photos there. Or you can glue down paper and extend it out and make these full pages if you don't like the different sizes. So this is just out of another floral book of how to dry roses. More trims down here. This is a see-through window envelope. So you could put something in here, you know, like that. Or a photo, whatever you would like. This is some old scrapbook paper I had, and I just thought it fit beautifully. I just tore the edge. I just did some messy stitching here on this coffee dye paper. Here's the center of the signature. I was gonna flower punch the edges of this, and I didn't. You could glue this and make this closed, or you can leave it open so you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then these sides to write on. But just put this doily in the center, and you could glue this doily down on these and leave it like that. And here's the center here, and you can add beads. You can make this longer and add beads that hang down or whatever, but this is what I sewed this signature in with instead of thread this time. So I used some wallpaper here and just made a double pocket and just tuck some things in there to show you. There's the other side of that paper. This is some really old lace. I love this. And it has a rose on it. I don't know if you can see that. And then just some red lace up top. And this is from a new place I just ordered from. I've got to do an unboxing of her shop, but I tagged her on my Instagram, but I can't remember. Anyways, I'll link it below too. But so this is an old bakery receipt. I thought that was so much fun. Like they have like 20 of these for 18 cents a piece, and then 3, like a total of like 68 items for $7.49. Like at a bakery. Like how crazy is that this day and time? So I put it beside these little pinafores. I love those. They taste so good. So anyways, like there's a photo of those. I just thought those looked fitting in this book. Here's some more paper that goes with that collection. And I just left it in where it folds out like that. Some more linen watermarked paper. And this is another piece of ephemera, a ticket I had gotten from that shop also. Some vintage lace. I love those colors. Here's the other side of that bag. And then I ordered a ton of these. I'm so excited about. These will probably be in most of my journals now. It's just an old label of this rose flavored syrup made in London. I thought those were really cool. And then I tried to make, I'm horrible at corner flips, y'all. Horrible. Like, I've been watching how to make junk journals for 4 years now, and I've not been on here, but I've been watching how. And these are the hardest things for me. And then I finally put it on, and I put it on upside down. It had little swans on it. So then I had to cover it up with like music paper, and then that didn't look right. So then I put vellum over it, but it was supposed to be in the bottom, but it just, I don't know why that has not just registered with me yet. So here's about 3 layers of different kinds of old laces that I stitched on here. The other side of that rose hanky. Here's just a jewelry, an old jewelry envelope. This avocado dye page, I just stitched a little pocket of these little kids dancing and just put some little roses in here. It was kind of too little, nothing would fit, so I was like, I'll just put some little flowers. It's just a little bag of goodies in there, and another old ticket I had gotten from that shop. I hate that I didn't write that down, but she's definitely tagged in Instagram, and I will link her below. So here's some, I just glued this on from Song of Solomon. And I left the stitching exposed back here and just wrapped that around back here. Here's a camera little paper clip. And then this bag holds just a bunch of die cuts and doilies and fun little surprises that you can use in the journal. Here's the other side of, yeah, here it said curtsy, the other side of that dictionary page. And then here's just a ruffle I made. I love this, but it was so thin. I put it on notebook paper. I was scared that might not come out that pretty, being that thin. So I put it on paper and then glued that down. And so I put some really old fabric there and just put one of these little rosettes there. So I layered some fun bits there just for added texture, and you could put something behind there. There's another tag that I made just out of cardstock, and that's just showing you that you can, I glued this one down, but that you can tuck something in there. Here's some more fabric from Uniquely Ella, and I love this photo. I think this photo came from Ruby and Pearl XO. I love that. And then here's just a sheet of an old Spanish-English dictionary I have. Love the color of it, so I just tucked all that right there. I don't know if you can tell if this scrapbook paper has just faint music notes here, and it's like a pinkish red, just cranberry hue kind of. So here's a book page from an Ideals book, Flowers in Winter. And then here's some yummy, I think it was called like Winter Fudge or something, I can't remember, over there. I'm turning to my mama. I'm always talking about recipes, and I get on to her for that. So here's a little tuck spot on this little rose here. I just stitched like crazily on this tag, and I put like a little Bible verse and just little pieces of the leftover bits I had, and little old wallpaper pieces, and here, and just stitched a little, made that into that. You can journal on the back of that. And then here's the back of the vellum, and I chose those. I love this trim. And then there's the back. So, thank you so much for watching. I'm so close to 500 subbies, so please subscribe if you like my content. I'm always doing something. I don't know what, but something. And when I get there, I'll be doing a giveaway. And then again at 1,000, I'm excited to get there so I can do live, fun little things. So y'all have a good day, a good week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.